Hello, good evening everyone. In yesterday's class, we have seen what are the applications of stack, what is an expression, infix, prefix and postfix types of expressions, how to convert from one form to another. Basically, we have covered how to convert from infix to postfix expression we have seen, and I have told you the detailed procedure. Algorithm also I have explained, and this expression, if an expression is given like this, infix expression, how to convert to postfix manually and how to convert it using algorithm. Both we have discussed. We have not written a program based on this. We have discussed the procedure. So in today's class, we will be discussing how to evaluate a postfix expression, right? In yesterday, one of the student asked, why should we convert to postfix expression? I think Abhijit asked yesterday, right? Why should we convert to postfix expression? See, there are three forms, no? Infix, prefix and postfix. Any one of the form is must for the compiler to evaluate. Infix is not used. Since using of stacks, prefix or postfix is preferred, and postfix is more easier for pushing and popping. When we do evaluation of postfix expression, you will understand once an expression is in the postfix form, evaluating that is very simple. So a standard has to be maintained, right? So postfix expression is the usual standard that is followed. There are certain algorithms, or there are certain applications which might use prefix, but none of them uses infix, because in infix we have this brackets and all that. So the precedence of operators matters a lot when we are using this brackets and all. Therefore, either it is converted to prefix or postfix before evaluation. Standard that is maintained is that all compilers work in this way only. They evaluate postfix expressions. Okay, so that is why that is included in the syllabus. Hope your doubt is clear, Abhijit. Okay, so now we will see how to evaluate a postfix expression. I have a sore throat. I have a cough. I might be coughing every now and then, so please excuse, it might be little disturbing and annoying to you. So now we will see how to evaluate a postfix expression. We will see, and then we will write a program for the same. Okay, now we have a postfix expression. So once we have a postfix expression, we have to evaluate it. How to evaluate is the question. Now let us take some numbers. Okay, so first I will take one infix expression. Infix expression I will convert to postfix, and then I will evaluate it. Okay, so let us take one infix expression with some numbers. So I will take 8 star 5 power 4 plus 2 minus 6 power 2 divided by 9 star 3. Okay, so this is the infix expression. First we will convert it to postfix. So to convert first to postfix, we will just write down the numbering. Okay, which all things needs to be evaluated first, we will write down the numbering. So see, bracket is there, no? So this one and this one needs to be evaluated first. Okay, so here I have written 1 and here I have written 2. After doing this, next is we have to evaluate this 2, 8 into this result, and 6 by 2 is going to be your third one. After this is done, this divided by this. Okay, so this is going to be a fourth one to be executed, and 8 into this result is the fifth one to be executed. Now this minus this will be your sixth one to be executed. Okay, so this is the order in which you have to do. Now we will write it. So what is the first one? 9 3 star. Okay, I'm not writing brackets. 9 3 star is our first expression that is evaluated, and second one is this. Here you see 5 power 4 is of first priority, right? So 5 4 exponent plus 2. I'm writing remaining as it is, minus 6 power 2. This I'll write here, slash 9 3 star, and here we have star 8. Okay, so 1 is done and 2 is done. Next we will do 3. What is 3? 6 power 2. This is just to be written as 6 to exponent. Okay, so I will write it as 6 2 exponent, then we have division, then 9 3 star. And this is the fourth one. So third is done now. Now next the fourth one is, this is one input, this is the second input, and we have a division operator. So this division operator is the fourth one to be done. So we have to write 6 2 exponent is the first input, 9 3 star is our second input, this slash comes to the end. Okay, so fourth one is also done. Next we are supposed to do the fifth one. So before doing fifth, this has to be further refined. 5 4 exponent we have written. For that answer we have to add 2. So 5 4 exponent is the first input, then 2, this must be added. Okay, and then we have a minus here. Here there is 8 star. Same thing comes here also. Now in the next line we will write what is done now. This is done. Next is fifth one. What is fifth? We need to multiply 8 with this result. So first input is 8, next result is this entire thing, 5 4 exponent 2 plus, this is my second input. For this I have to do the multiplication. Now I have minus, this is the another value. Okay, now the last fifth one is also done. Next is sixth. What is the sixth operation? This fifth one, this result and this result I need to subtract, right? So what is my first input? It is 8 5 4 exponent 2 plus star. This is my first input. Second input is 6 2 exponent 9 3 star slash. Now this minus needs to be written in the end. Okay, so this is our postfix form of the given infix expression. Hope this is clear. If you felt it is fast, after the class again play the video slowly and try to understand. Basically here we have to mark it. Okay, when you are writing it in the exam, use your fingers or use some pencil and mark your intermediate results. So this is one input, this is next input. Okay, this is one input, this is the second input. Between these two inputs you have this operator which you have to bring it to the end. So that's how you are writing the entire infix to postfix conversion is done. Next is, now conversion is done, the next procedure is evaluating this. So how to do the evaluation is, evaluation of this postfix expression. So here we have only two steps. What is the first step? If you read an operand, if it is an operand or a value, okay, if it is operand or value, so in this case we have taken all values only, numbers only we have taken. So if it is a value, then push to stack. Okay, if it's a value, push to stack. Next, if it is an operator, if it is an operator, here you don't have to bother about precedence of existing operators and all that, because based on that precedence only you have already done the conversion. Now you don't have to bother anything about precedence and all that. If it is an operator, then pop two values from the stack. Okay, pop two values from the stack, and whatever first value you are popping, that is going to be your operand 2. See, for example, if I have 3 star 5, this is operand 1, this is operand 2, and this is your operator, right? Now when I convert it to postfix, it is going to be 3 5 star. Okay, similarly when I am pushing it onto stack, 3 above that 5 will occur. So when I get star, I have to pop two operands, 5 also, 3 also. The first operand that I am popping is actually operand 2. Second operand that I pop is operand 1. See, if it is multiplication, addition, then there is no difference whether you do OP1 plus OP2 or OP1 star OP2, doesn't matter. But if it is subtraction or division, it matters. Therefore, make sure that the first operand that you pop should be assigned to operator 2. Then second operand that you pop is going to be operand 1. And based on the operator, perform the operation. Pop two values from the stack. So first popped element is OP2. Okay, second popped element is OP1, and then perform operation. Now whatever operator you have got, use a switch case and perform OP1 operator, OP2, whether it is division, multiplication, whatever, do that operation and push the result back to the stack. Okay, push the result to the stack. So once you have encountered the last character of this expression, postfix expression, your stack will have only one number, and that is going to be your answer. So this is evaluating a postfix expression. Now let us do the same for this particular expression. Okay, so now first what I have, 8. So 8 is to be popped to the stack. Next I have 5, that is also inserted to, push it to the stack. Next 4, that is also inserted to the stack. Next I have an operator. What is that? I have an operator, exponent. Now I have to pop 2 elements from the stack. So the popped element 4 is going to be the operator 2, operand 2. This is going to be operand 1. Okay, now what is the result of this? 5 power 4, which is 625. This 625 is pushed onto the stack. Clear? Now this is done. This part is done. Next I have 2, right? 2 is supposed to be inserted into the stack now. So 2 we will insert into the stack. Next I have plus. Since it is a operator now, remove the 2 latest elements. So the first element removed is 2, that comes here. Second element removed is 625, that comes here. So 625 plus 2 is 627. That is popped back into the stack. That is pushed back into the stack. Okay. Next, plus is done. Next I have star. So since I have a star now, these 2 more elements have to be removed from the stack. What are the 2 elements? 627 comes here and 8 comes here. So what is 8 into 627? 8 into 627 is 5016. So 5016 is the answer. So these 2 were popped, right? Now the stack is empty. Now 5016 is pushed to the stack. Okay, so half of the expression is done. Next we have 6. Yes, I've just reduced the size. Next we have is 6. So 6 is popped to the stack. Next I have 2. 6 is pushed to the stack. Next I have 2. 2 is pushed to the stack. Next is exponent. So exponent is there. Now 2 numbers have to be popped. 2 comes here and 6 comes here. Okay. So what is 6 power 2? It is 36. That is pushed to the stack. Now next is 9, that is pushed to the stack. Next we have 3, that is also pushed to the stack. Next I have star. So when I get an operator, I remove the 2 numbers from the stack. 3 is second operator, 9 is here. So 9 3s are 27, 9 and 3 are popped. So 27 is pushed back to the stack. Next I have slash. For slash again we remove 2 numbers. So I get 27 here and 36 here. Okay, so 36 by 27 is 1 because it is all integers. Therefore, you are going to get an integer result only. Answer is 1. 1 is pushed to the stack. Next, I have minus. So, for minus, I get 1 here, 5016 here. The answer is 5015, and that is pushed to the stack 5015. And now we have reached the end of the expression. It means there is no more expression. Now the stack is having only one element, and this is your answer. So what is the answer? It is 5015. Okay, so this is evaluation of a postfix expression. In this, we actually first, there are only, as I told you, only 2 procedure. What is that? If it is an operand, push to the stack. If it's an operator, so done. This is our okay, done. This is our procedure. So only 2 steps. What is it? If it is an operand, push to the stack. If it's an operator, pop two elements. First element is operand 2, second element is operand 1. Perform the operation based on the operator. For this, use a switch statement. Whatever answer you get, push it back to the stack. That's it. So this is going to ensure that at the end of this function evaluation, you are going to have the answer in your stack. Okay, so this is the procedure for evaluating a postfix expression. Now let us write a program for the same. Okay, so see, this program is going to be lengthy. I am going to explain this program is going to be lengthy. I am going to explain you first the algorithm. After writing the procedure, we will straight away start writing the code. I will not write code here and explain. I will here explain in this writing. I will explain only the algorithm, the procedure, detailed step-by-step procedure. After that, we will write the program for the same. Okay. And when I write program also, I'll be writing line by line so that you will also understand what all things we need to consider when we are writing a lengthy program. So first we need to convert infix to postfix. Then we need to evaluate the postfix expression. Clear? So what are the steps for the algorithm? Okay, and I'm not writing a proper algorithm or a flowchart kind of thing. I'm just writing a vague outline for myself so that I can start writing the code. Okay, so what is the first step is ask the user to enter infix expression. Okay, and store it in one infix array. Okay, you have a character array called infix. In that you are going to store this, and then what is the first step is read one infix expression from the user. Okay, read infix expression from input, say keyboard or file, whatever. We will not consider files here. We will take it from the user only. We will ask the user to enter an infix expression and we will store it in one array. Okay, this is called as infix array. Assume we have an infix array of 20 size. Now I will call a function. Call a function to convert from infix to postfix. So I will write it as infix to postfix. This is going to be the name of the function. So I will call this function. This function will convert this infix expression and store it in this postfix array. Okay. Now my postfix array has the expression which is converted in postfix form. Infix 1 is converted to postfix form. Next is we have to display postfix expression. Okay, so first display what is postfix expression, then call evaluate function. Okay, call evaluate function that will convert this postfix expression. From postfix expression it will find out what is the answer. So this should return your answer. Okay, returns value, returns as answer. After evaluating postfix expression it returns the answer, display that. So this is a very rough outline. So display value of that expression, okay, which is your answer that you obtain. Now what all things you will require to write this program, we will see. What all variables or arrays, whatever, what all you might require. We will require a constant which defines the size. So I will write hash define size 20, 25 something, and that I am going to use here. Okay, this is one thing. This is a constant. After this constant, I need character arrays. So what all character arrays I need? I need one character array called infix, and then I need one more character array called postfix. Two character arrays I want. And then I need one stack to store operators. So yesterday I told you what all we need for converting an infix expression to postfix expression, right? To store operators I need in a stack. This is from infix to postfix conversion. After converting infix to postfix, and then this is one stack done. Now I need one more stack for evaluating. This is stack 1. I can use the same stack also, but I will not. I will use another stack 2 to evaluate the answer, to evaluate the expression. Okay, so this stack is going to evaluate the expression and store the result. Now these all things I need. In between I need certain variables, and I need one function. So I need so many. These are the variables I might require. Variables or structures. Okay, 2 character arrays, 2 stacks. This stack is also nothing but an array only. So 2 character arrays, 2 stacks, and 1 constant. Main variables, these all I require. For simplicity of the program, what we will do is we will have all these variables as global variables only. We will not store it locally, then we have to deal with lot of pointers. So we will keep it as global variables. What all functions you will require? You will require infix to postfix conversion. For that you need one function. And then you will require evaluate. This is one function for evaluating the answer. And you will require one function to find out priority of operators, because only based on priority of operators you are pushing and popping elements from this stack 1. So we need to know what are the priority of operators. For that we need one function. And then as usual for stack operations, we will require push and pop operations. This is for stack. Okay, so these are the functions that we might require. In case we need anything else, we will write down, but as of now we will make sure that we write these variables, and we will try to start writing the code. Now this is the overall procedure, rough idea of the outline I have given. Now we will start writing code for this. Okay. So I will start a new file. So this is converting infix to postfix expression and evaluation. First I will write infix to postfix expression. Okay, and evaluate postfix expression. So this is a combined program which converts an infix to postfix expression and then evaluates that also. Okay, so now we will first include the header files that we require. So stdio.h is a header file. Then we need string.h header file, because the expressions are going to be strings. String.h. Next we will define the constant size. I'll give this as 20. Now we will declare all the variables that I need. So first I will declare the infix and postfix arrays size. Then postfix character array I have declared. So I've declared 2 character arrays, and then I have declared one integer array for storing the stack. Okay, and we will need one variable also called top. Next we need all the functions we will write. Void push, I will write int, and then I will write int pop is one function. We will write this, and then I will write void infix to postfix is one function, and I will write int evaluate. Evaluate is another function which evaluates the postfix expression and gives out the result. And then I will write one more, that is called priority, which has a character input. So understand here I have 2 arrays for storing infix and postfix expression. I have one character array to store operators, and I have one character array integer stack, one character stack to store the operators, and one integer stack to store the result of the postfix expression. One variable to denote top of the stack, because we are going to work with only one of the stack at any given time. Okay, and then we will have one functions: push, pop, infix to postfix, evaluate, and priority function. Now next write the main function here. we will have int num, and we will ask the user to enter infix expression. After the user enters infix expression, I will use getS in order to store the infix expression. Now I have to just call the function infix to postfix in order to convert infix to postfix. This function I will call in order to convert the expression from infix to postfix. So once conversion is done, we are supposed to display postfix expression is as follows. Okay, postfix expression, I will write this as postfix. I'll write %s here. So this is the postfix expression. It will display this. After displaying, now I will call evaluate function. For evaluate function, I will take num is equal to evaluate. Now for the evaluate function is going to evaluate the postfix expression. The answer is stored in the variable num, and then we will display that also. We will display it saying value of the above expression is equal to %d/n, and that is num. Okay, right. So that's it. So this is our main program. Main program is done. Now we will start writing the definitions for all these functions one by one. Okay, so the first one that we consider is this priority. So how to find priority of the given operators. So now a return type is int. I will write priority char. I will write a symbol or something. I will write, okay, char symbol. Okay, now what are the priorities that we need to set? You know that to determine priority, we already know the priority precedence list. So the one with exponent, so that is going to be the highest priority. Next comes your star and slash, then comes your plus and minus, and least priority is for your brackets. Okay, so what we will do is we will just check if we will write a switch statement. Okay, for this we will pass the symbol. If it is case opening bracket, okay, if it is an open bracket, then return 0. Okay, if it's an opening bracket, then return 0. That is the priority. We don't need break here because it is going back to the main calling function, so there is no need of break. It doesn't anyway stay here. If it is plus or minus, so for both these cases same thing is applicable, so I'll write together. If it's plus or minus, then we return 1. Okay, and then if it is star or slash, then we return 2. If it is exponent, then we return if it is exponent, we will return 3 as the priority. So these are the priorities that we return. That's it. So this is about finding priority. After finding priority, now we will write the function for infix and postfix conversion, or first we will write push. Okay, so push is going to use, first we will use this st1 array. Okay, right, or we will take just one stack. We don't need 2 stacks. I will just take 1 stack. I'll just take 1 stack. Okay, int stack, and of the size, right. Now in this stack I am going to push the operators, right? So now let's write the functions for push and pop. So we have already written, same way we will do void push, and I have int int option, because so when I'm using this push, whatever symbol I pass, that symbol we are going to consider it as an integer value, though we pass a character symbol. Okay, even if we pass a character symbol, it will be considered as int, because when we convert it to int, it is going to consider the ASCII value of it. So I will take int symbol as the parameter for push. We have already written the program for stack, so you know already the code for push and pop. So basically first we need to check if top is equal to size minus 1. If it is equal to size minus 1, then we need to display that overflow. We have to display, though that is not a that will not happen here, but still we need to mention that. Okay, push operation failed, we need to mention that here. But we will not be writing expressions which will give you this type of condition. Okay, so printf and then return. Okay, so that is if it is equal to size minus 1, else what you have to do is stack plus plus top equals to symbol. So we are incrementing top variable and we are storing the symbol in that stack array. So basically this is our push operation. So the end of push function. Next we need to write program for pop. Okay, so here what we will do is we need a variable num. Again, we don't need it directly, also we can write. For pop operation, what is the condition we need to check? We need to check for underflow, right? What is the condition for underflow? If top equals to minus 1, then we display an error message and we return, right? So we display stack underflow. Okay, stack underflow, pop failed. So we display this error message. Again, this is not a likely condition in this program, but still we need to cover all the possibilities. Okay, if top is not minus 1, what we do is we store whatever is there in the top of stack, that is copy to n, and then we have given post decrement. So after copying that value to n, top is decremented. After decrementing, we will return value of n to the main function. So here I'll write return minus 1 to denote empty stack. Okay, so that is pop operation. So pop operation is also done. So now push is done, pop operation is done, and then we have written the function for checking priority also. Next we have two more functions to write. What is that? Converting from infix to postfix and then evaluating the postfix expression. These two functions is what we have. It's still pending. Okay, so now we will write infix to postfix expression conversion. So here first thing we need many variables here. We'll just do one by one, and as and when we required we will copy. So I will have one variable called symbol. In this I am going to extract one by one the characters and I am going to store it here. And I will require one variable I to use it in the loop, and one variable n also I will require to find out what is the length of the string. Okay, so I will use len, right? Now len is equal to string length infix. So I am finding length of the string infix. Now I will write a for loop for I equals to 0, I less than len, I plus plus. So as long as the string has not reached the end of the string, that end of string null character, until that I am going to loop this one. So when I am looping this, every character first I will copy to this symbol infix I. First I will copy I is 0, right? So infix I means infix 0, which is a first character that is copied to symbol. Next time when I gets incremented, I becomes 1. So infix 1 means second character that is copied to symbol. Understood? So we are taking the character one by one and then we are checking what type of character it is. If it is an operand, we are supposed to copy to postfix array. If it is an operator, then we are supposed to push it to the stack. So for that we need to first check what type of character it is. And when we are giving an infix expression, there is a possibility that we might have given space to make it more readable. So we will make sure, we will do all these things, whatever I told you, copying to postfix or pushing onto the stack. This is done only if it is not a space. So I will put if symbol not equal to space. Okay, so we have to just write single quotes and one space in between. If it is not equal to space, only then we are going to do all these things. Okay, fine. So if it is not a space, then what are we supposed to do? First we need to push it to the stack. So we will use a switch statement. In switch statement, I will use this symbol. Here I will first see what it is. Case open bracket. If it is an open bracket, then what are we supposed to do? Simply push it to the stack, right? We don't have any other thing to be done. If it is a open bracket, then we need to push. So I have already written push function, right? I have to just call this push function by passing the character. Okay, so I will call push function by passing this symbol as the parameter break. So this is in case it is a opening bracket. Okay, right. Now suppose I have a closing bracket. If it is a closing bracket, until I get opening bracket, I have to keep popping elements one by one and I need to copy it into postfix, right? So if it is a right parenthesis, that is closing parenthesis, then what we have to do is while yes, so while I will write next. Okay, I'll take one more character here, character symbol and then next char. Okay, I will write here while next equals to pop. So I'm popping a character, storing it in next, and that should not be equal to opening bracket. Until it's not equal to an opening bracket, we have to keep popping. Once we get an opening bracket, we need to stop popping it. Okay, so as long as this happens, we will copy to postfix. So in postfix I will have, okay, so when I'm copying it to postfix, I need another array. So I will have one variable here. So that is going to be j equals to 0. Okay, this j is used here for postfix array. J plus plus equals to next. Understand what is happening here. First, pop function is called. This is going to remove one character from the stack and store it in next, and then this next is compared with the opening bracket. If it is equal to this left parenthesis, then this function will not, this instruction will not get executed. If it is not an open parenthesis, then whatever operators we have until we get a left parenthesis, we are supposed to copy that to the postfix array, right? So we are just keeping on copying that to postfix array. Once we get that left parenthesis, this condition will become false and we come out of the loop. So let us store this complete thing inside the bracket. Okay. Right. Okay, so this is done as whenever we get a right parenthesis, as long as we get a left parenthesis, we are popping it and we are copying it to postfix array break. That's it. This is for left parenthesis. Now, whether I have for all other characters, case slash, okay, and then for case plus, for all other operators, whatever is the operator, we need to first check priority of the operator, case plus then case minus. Okay, so for all these four operators, what task then we need to write exponent also. Yes. Now for all these 5 operators, what is that we need to do? We need to first check what is the priority of the character, the operator that is already present in the top of this stack. If it is present in the top of the stack, if that operator is of equal priority or greater, then we have to pop the operators until it is not greater anymore. Okay, or if it is lesser, then we need to just push this operator also to the stack. So for this, again I will write a while loop like above. Okay, while here I will use priority of stack top. Okay, if the priority of stack top means priority of the character which is in top of the stack is greater than or equal to priority of symbol. So symbol that we are going to consider now. Okay, if the priority of the character which is at top of the stack is greater than or equal to the priority of the symbol that we are scanning, then we have to keep on copying it to J++, no? Copying it to, we keep popping one by one the characters and we are going to copy that to the postfix array. Okay, if it is not greater than or equal to, then we are supposed to push the symbol to the stack. Okay, so this is for all the remaining operators. So we have covered all the operators. Now if the character that we are scanning is not any of these operators, it means it is definitely going to be an operand. So that is going to be our default case. So for default case, we are just going to push the character, or no, we are going to just copy the character to postfix array. Postfix J++ equals to symbol. Remember, all these we are doing only if the character is not a white space. Understand clearly? For infix to postfix expression, first I find out what is the length of infix expression. Then I write a for loop to execute this set of instruction that many number of times. Every time I am reading just one by one, I am reading the characters from infix array, I am copying it to a character variable called symbol. Then if that symbol is a white space, then I am not doing all these things. Only if it is not equal to white space, we do this. If it's a white space, nothing is done. Just it directly goes to, compiler goes to I++ and starts continue the same procedure with the next character. If it is not a space, then based on what character is there at the moment, we are going to take appropriate action. So I have written a switch statement for this. If it is an opening parenthesis, then just push it to the stack. If it's a closing parenthesis, then keep popping the characters until we get an open parenthesis and copy that to the postfix expression. If you get an open parenthesis, then just discard it. Don't copy it to postfix expression. Don't continue further also. If it is any other operator, then first check what is the priority of the operator that is present in the top of the stack. If it is greater than or equal to the symbol, then we are going to pop the operator from the stack and copy to postfix expression. If it is not greater than or not equal to, then whatever symbol we have scanned, as it is, we are going to push it to the stack. Okay, so this procedure is done. Now if the character is not a space and it is not any of these operators, it means it is definitely an operand, and operand as such, you know, it has to be copied to the postfix expression. Okay, so this is converting your infix expression to postfix expression. So that's it. Now after all this is done until you reach the end of infix expression. That is why we have written for loop. After doing all this, if you have any more operators left out in the operator stack, everything should be popped and copied to postfix expression. So this is end of switch, this is end of if, and here comes end of for loop. So after for loop, we will write while what while next is equal to, see, I am just popping the elements from the array. Okay, when I pop the elements, you know that if it is equal to -1, it means the stack is empty, right? So while you pop a character, store it in next, as long as it is not equal to -1, you keep copying that to your postfix expression. Okay, postfix j++ equals to next. Okay, so now this is our right, so this is our complete function for converting infix to postfix. Okay, so now this is also done. Next we will see how to evaluate postfix expression. So once this function is executed, your infix expression is converted to postfix and it is present in the postfix array, right? Now we have to evaluate the answer for the same. So let's write the function for evaluate. I think it's evaluate is the name of the function. Okay, so here I am going to have one value for answer. I am going to store it as ANS. Okay, and then I will have OP1 and OP2 as the operators. For operands I will store OP1 and OP2, or I can also have A and B. Okay, so that is up to you. And then we are also going to store the characters, right? So whatever operators we are going to get, accordingly we need to store the result, isn't it? So what we shall do next is that I will have another length. Okay, so I'll have one more variable called length. Now I will find length of postfix expression. Okay, next I will write I here. For I equals to 0, I less than len, I plus plus. So we keep reading one by one all the characters we keep reading, and once I read one character, so first we need to find out if it is so now we are starting from the first character, right? So in postfix expression I told you how to evaluate postfix expression in the beginning of the class. If it is a number, then just push it to the stack. If it is an operator, then according to the operator we have to perform the operation, pop two numbers, perform the operation, and then put it into the stack, right? So I will first check if postfix I is greater than equal to 0. Okay, if it is greater than or equal to 0, and it should be, postfix I should be less than or equal to 9. Okay, means if it is any of the numbers, understand, if it is any of the numbers, if it is greater than equal to 0 or if it is less than equal to 9, we just push it to the stack. Okay, so push function I'll call. So which character should I push to the stack? Whatever character is there in postfix, so that I am supposed to push to the stack. Okay, so I will push postfix I minus 0, because whatever is 0's ASCII value, that I am going to subtract from the character, so that gives me the actual number. So you can try to understand how it works. So postfix I is some number, right? Numeric character we are talking about. From that, when I subtract ASCII value of 0, I will get exactly the number. That number I am pushing to the stack. Okay, so if it is a number, if it is not a number, then definitely it's going to be an operator, isn't it? So if it is an operator, now I will take OP2 equals to pop. First operator, first pop that I do, it is going to be operand 2. This I have explained in the beginning of the class. OP1 is equal to pop. So second pop operation, whatever I am doing, that I am going to store it in operator 1. The first popped character is operand 2, the second popped character is operand 1. Okay, so after that, I am going to store this postfix I. I am going to pass this postfix I into the switch case statement. Now based on the character, we are going to do the appropriate operation. If it is case plus, then I am supposed to push OP1 plus OP2. Okay, push OP1 plus OP2 to the stack. So that's it. Break. If it is case minus, I'll copy this. I think it's better to copy. Push OP1 minus OP2, and then we will write a break. Okay, now I'll copy this. Okay, so it is for plus and it's for minus. If it is star, then we have to push OP1 star OP2, and then we have a break. If it is slash, then we need to push OP1 slash OP2, and then there is a break. And if it is an exponent, then push OP1 exponent OP2 break. That's it. So that's all. We don't have any further operators. See, we will not consider opening and closing parenthesis here because this is already converted to postfix form, which is not going to have those two symbols. Okay, so this is your push operation that you are doing based on the character that you have got, based on the operator that you have. You have popped two elements, you have performed some operation, and you are pushing that to the stack. So once this is done, so whatever answer you have in the end of the stack, that is going to be the final answer. Okay, so at the end of the stack, this is else. After else is also done, at the end of stack, so whatever you have, that is going to be the result. So we will we have a for loop. Yeah, so this is end of for loop. Here I will have answer equals to pop. The final pop operation is going to give you the answer, return answer. Okay, so this completes our overall function. Hope there are no errors. We'll just compile. Okay, so there is an error. I have to put comma here. I have given semicolon. Compile. What is the name of the one? Postfix. Okay, so everywhere I have given capital P, so I will change this itself, because most of the places I have given capital P only. So to make sure there are no errors. Okay, now this is symbol. No, symbol is of small s and I have given capital S here, so that is one mistake, right? Now I think, okay, there is one more. What is this? Push, I think, is capital P. Hopefully no further mistakes. Yes, no more mistakes. Now we will run the program. First I will give the simple expression. I will give 3 star 5. Okay, so 3 star 5. First it has to display postfix version of this, which is 3 5 star. Then it has to display the result, which is 15. Okay, so postfix expression is 3 5 star and value of the expression is 15. Done. Now let's run this again. Now here I will give a expression with two operators. I will give 3 plus 5 star 2. Now star is of higher priority, so I should get basically 3 5 2 star plus I should get, and the result is going to be 13. Okay, so I've got 3 5 2 star plus and the result is 13. It has come correctly. Next I will again give it with some parenthesis. I'll give the same expression with parenthesis, 3 plus 5, then I'll give star 2. So right now 3 plus 5 should happen first, which is 8, then 8 star 2 is going to be 16.
Okay, so it is 3 5 plus then 2 star, correct. So postfix expression is displayed, and also result of the expression is 16. Okay, now let us give a bigger bigger expression with I think yesterday we did one expression, no? We calculated some 5016 something. We will give the same one. Okay, yeah, so this expression, let us give this. It is 8 star, so I will give this now. Yeah, so now I will type this input here. 8 star open bracket 5. I think this will not work because power, I have used power function. No, I should use power function. I have just given the operator, which might be wrong. Anyway, we will just check it whether it is correct or not. Next I have 6 power 2 slash open bracket 9 star 3. I think I might not get. Okay, so see what is the postfix expression. See the postfix expression. It is 854 exponent 2 plus star 62 exponent 93 star slash minus. Perfect. So postfix expression is exact, whereas value of the expression is 24. That is wrong because this power 9 is there. No, that is supposed to have to use power function. By mistake, I think I have as it is given here. So let me just change that one part. I just remembered. Okay, fine. So here what I'll do is I will have another variable called temp. Okay, here I will use temp equals to power function of op1 comma op2 and this requires math.h header file also. Okay, push temp. I think this should give us the exact answer now. I'll just compile. If it works, fine. Otherwise, we need to include math.h header file. It is not showing any error. I think it will run. Right now, I'll give the same expression again. Okay. So it is 8 star open bracket 5 power 4 plus 2 minus 6 power 2 slash open bracket 9 star 3. Okay, right, see we have got postfix expression. Anyways, last time also it was correct only, and we have got the value of the expression also 5015, which we just calculated in the beginning of the class. So hope you understood this. Just let me know if you have any doubts. Final thing we will test, and that is with space also. Okay, we have not done anything with space, so we will do that. So I will take 3 star 5 in one bracket. Okay, or I will take 3 plus 5 in one bracket, then I have given space, then I have star, next I will give 5 plus 2 within another bracket. Okay, so now it is 3 5 plus and then 5 2 plus and then star, right, and this is 8 and 7, 8 7s are 56, correct. So we have tried with all the inputs, without parenthesis, with space, with power, with all the operators we have tested, and the program has worked fine. Any doubts so far? Let me know if you have any doubts. I will share this program with you. So if you have any mistakes in your program, you can compare with this. See, if you have observed, we have used the standard push and pop functions which we have discussed in the previous class also. So we have used the stack concept, that's it. But this completely evaluation of expression is completely a different topic, but still here for push and pop, when we say, it is understood that we are using stack, and what is push, what is pop, you already know. So the same definitions will be, same meaning and same code is applicable here also. So now you can understand any other applications if you have related to stack, the same push and pop functions which you have already written, same thing you can copy paste actually. Okay, and when we say push and pop, you know what is the meaning of it and how it works. You already know what is stack underflow, stack overflow, how to check and all that. So that is there is one data structure, and using which you will use it for various applications and use the same standard procedures, so that I don't have to, every time when we are inserting into a stack, I don't have to explain it to you. When I say push an item to a stack or pop an element from the stack, you will already know what it is. Okay, so just go through this. If you have not yet learnt stacks, then go through the previous video. First, understand what is stacks clearly, understand what is push and pop, and then also understand how to convert from infix to postfix expression and how to evaluate postfix expression. There are certain rules using which we are going to copy the characters to other arrays and push to the stack. So first learn that, and once you are thorough with that, then you can start writing the program for this. Further, if you have any doubts, you can text me in WhatsApp, and I will explain it to you. And in case you have any clarifications, you can also comment here, so that anybody who is watching this video later in the future also will be benefited from the clarifications that I do. Okay, fine. Study well. All the best. See you in the next class. Bye bye.